with the search for hot young talent reaching its climax. You wouldn't expect the show to be stolen by a 43-year-old father of three in fancy dress. Yet that was the case on Let It Shine, live final, BBC One, which was salvaged from damp squib status by guest judge Peter Kay. The big-boned comedian was bussed down from Bolton as a late replacement for Gary Barlow's erstwhile bandmate Robbie Williams, who'd been due to fill the fourth judgely seat. A mystery ailment meant Williams was able to appear for a Take That reunion number. Cue nostalgic screams from female viewers of a certain age, but not take his place on the panel. All rather strange and the subject of much speculation on social media. The BBC owed the car share star a debt of gratitude for stepping in. Kay brought much-needed anarchic chaos to what would otherwise have been a flat live final. He arrived dressed as X Factor comedy contestant Honey G, Honey P. He styled himself, and proceeded to repeatedly mention ITV rivals. When he approved of a performance, Kay referenced Britain's Got Talent by quipping, "Where's me golden buzzer?" This final was scheduled against the return of Saturday Night Takeaway, and Kay told another act, "It was worth missing Ant and Dec for that. Thank God I've got it on series link." He later begged, "Can we carry on and not go to casualty? It's the same every week." It might have given BBEG's palpitations, but added amusing unpredictability to proceedings. After 7 weeks of singing, dancing and stilted banter, this was the final 15's last chance to land a starring role in Barlow's new touring musical. About a fictional boy band, it was a frustrating quirk of the format though, that viewers were unable to vote for the 5 best individuals, instead choosing between 3 pre-formed groups, going by the equally dreadful names of 5 to 5. Nightfall and Drive Just Be Grateful Neon Panda didn't get through. The quintets took to the stage twice apiece, bidding to impress both audience and judges. The 3-strong panel of Barlow, Proud Charisma Vacuum, Danny Minogue, and Night Mum, and Martin Kemp grinning. Geezerish was joined for one night only by Kay. The baffling withdrawal of Williams was blithely glossed over until Kay pounced upon it as a source of mirth, passing a hat around to send Robbie to Lord's. There was little to choose between the 3 fresh-faced combos, but 5 to 5 always seemed to have their well-moisturized noses in front. Despite youngest member Nick Carlsberg spending this week on crutches after injuring his right leg in rehearsal, the 17-year-old was in tears of pain at one point. They turned in a pair of slick performances. Their energetic rendition of You Can't Stop the Beat from Hairspray was breathless fun, while air-punching ballad Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus proved a crowd-pleaser. Nightfall blew their chances with a tone-deaf trot through Footloose. Not even standout vocalist Jason Brock's huge range during Boyz II Men's End of the Road could save them. Brock can consider himself unlucky to miss out on a place in the victorious 5. It was a similar story with Drive. Jazzy Mattis was a worthy winner, but his bandmates didn't cut it. Despite Kay predicting, "This is going to deadlock," another cheeky nod to the X Factor. 5 to 5 were in the box seat. After the industry-standard dramatic pauses, they were duly crowned winners. This final clocked in at a stamina-sapping 100 minutes. Kay aside, most of the heavy lifting fell to presenter Mel Giedroyc, who was irrepressible, irreverently witty, and found time to flirt with Silver Foxy Judge Kemp. The Bake Off alumnus thoroughly outshone co-host Graham Norton. Despite his shimmering purple jacket, there were performances from Take That, including Williams, presumably fit to stand and sing but not sit, and, far more impressively, a duet between Alfie Boe and Michael Ball. The West End veterans raised the roof by belting out an emotional Les Miserables medley. "I'm quite overcome," gushed Giedroyc. The studio audience were whipped up into a screaming frenzy. Copious confetti fell. Budget had been thrown at staging, props, and backing dancers. Entertaining enough but not enough to cover the format's inherent faults. This 8-part series, intended by the BBC to compensate for the loss of the voice to ITV, has proved a thankless slog, and ratings have suffered, steadily sliding from an initial 7 meters to 4 meters. Like the corporation's crooning contests before it, not just The Voice but Fame Academy and the Andrew Lloyd Webber series, it attempted to be an antidote to Simon Cowell's crueler Bear Pits over on ITV. An admirable enough aim, but one that results in dull, nauseatingly nicey episodes. Every act was showered in platitudinous praise, meaning the production lacked pace, jeopardy, or genuine tension. Adding a rotating guest judge, a role filled by Amber Riley, Lulu, Ricki Lake, and Ashley Roberts before Kay, was a sticking plaster rather than a solution. If Let It Shine returns for a second series, it needs at least 2 new judges and a major rethink. Barlow was even rather joyless after 5 to 5's triumph, telling them, "We start work tomorrow morning. Come on, Gaz, give them a night to celebrate and a day off to recover." You accepted Robbie's sick note, after all.